We got trending, my friend. Thank you for being here. And we have drawing the arts vlog. Hello, my friend. Trending says share, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Be here till the end. That'll be about an hour. I'm thinking. Cat and Jack says, let's go, Cat. How are you? I think my own cat was thinking I was talking about her. She just came strolling in right when I said that. Um, I always have a specific topic I want to talk about when I start my live stream. I never stick to that particular topic. It just doesn't work out that way. It's not supposed to work out that way. Kat says, am I in the right place and time? Is Yogi doing life? We are. You are in the perfect place, in the perfect time. Hello, Yogi and everyone. Hey, Mama Chris. How are you? I don't know if you guys can hear the wind blowing outside. It is not too cold. It's in the 50s, but it's very windy and very rainy. I just finished my walk right before the wind and the rain started. So the title. The title is supposed to remind me that this is the topic I want to stick with. Again, it doesn't work that way. Which is okay. Chris says, very good. Hope you're good also. I am doing good. Overall, ups and downs. Stuff happening. Stuff is always happening. So I put making it about them. Awakening through YouTube. Very specific. More so than usual. What should I cover first? Making it about them or awakening through YouTube? They're connected, actually. We could start with one. You guys let me know. Which one should we start with? What do we mean by making it about them? And what do I mean by awakening through YouTube? I do want to say that by awakening, I mean the dropping, continuous dropping, might not be all at once, doesn't have to be all at once. You just need to smile at the ego just for a second. Honestly, there is no second. So let's say just for an instant. But even saying an instant makes it seem like it's a fraction within time. And I love the quote from A Course in Miracles that says, it's a joke to believe that time can circumvent eternity. Make sure I got that right. More or less. Which means there is no time. So if there's no time, there's really no such thing as an instant. There is only now. But now is something fluid. It's not a set time. Let's see. Ghost says, maybe. No. Well, welcome, my friend. Let's do making it about them. First off, I'll go with Ramana Maharshi, the great sage from southern India, when he was asked by a follower, how do we treat others? And he said, there are no others, with a smile. So technically, there is no them. But the ego sees separation. The ego sees a them. Not only that, in order to keep the ego as a functioning, although make-believe entity, it needs to not just make people separate, but it needs to make them in opposition to us in every moment. Although we might have a special love relationship, it still is someone other who is making us into something, someone other who is making us feel special. So by making it about them, I'm going to use that word again, circumvent. We are circumventing the ego because my ego, that false identity of who I believe myself to be, always wants to make it about me. And even when it seems like I'm making it about them, it is doing it so it can feel special. Look how kind I am. Look how helpful I am. Look at all the great stuff that I'm doing. Hey, Praveen. So now it's about us, even though we want it to appear that it's about them. But when we take it as a practice, meaning we make it about them so that even when we don't like it, even when we don't want to, no exceptions. It does not mean that we self-sacrifice, because guess what? We are them too. So we also make it about ourselves, meaning we're kind to everything, everything, every single thing. Imagine being kind to your glasses as you put them on your face, because the glasses are giving you the gift of better sight, because they are a tool, because they sit perfectly on your nose. Not that mine do, mine are always askew. Uh, Imagine being kind to your car when it won't start, your computer when it's malfunctioning. Imagine being kind to your fingertips as it's typing on your keyboards, and you're being kind to your keyboards as well. Imagine being kind to everything. Hey, She Cooks and Roasts says, Yogi, hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I was enjoying your live stream yesterday. You were on fire. No one preaches a sermon like She Cooks and She Roasts. So that's radical kindness. And you know what? You want a different life? You have to be radical. Jesus was radical. Krishna was radical. Buddha was radical. Buddha was born and raised a prince in India. And right before he was born, his father consulted rishis, wise ones, sages, and they predicted that he would either be a Buddha, an awakened one, a great soul, or he would be a wonderful king. And of course, his father, a king, wanted him to be a king. Shikokusuma says, I was talking about you and of course miracles. Nice. That's pretty awesome. I appreciate that. Proverbs 3:16 is my fave. Why am I thinking of Steve Austin from professional wrestling? Refresh my memory. 3:16. But Buddha, being a radical, went the way of, actually, Siddhartha went the way of being a Buddha. Jesus was such a radical. He realized his full identity as Christ, his full identity as the Father and Son being one, and that the way to the kingdom was through the heart. Jesus preached kindness. What's up, Score Sniper? Hey, Gravity, how are you? Sniper says, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. It's a She Cooks reference. Gotcha. Hey, Timo. Timo says, hi, Eric. How are you, my friend? She Cooks says, yes, he turned tables over. Yes, radical. So we need to take the same approach. If you want a different life, you got to become a radical. And it's a radical shift to radical kindness, radical acceptance, radical love. Because the way that we've been doing it is just not working, guys. I don't need to offer you proof. Turn on the news. Here in America, knock on your neighbor's door and say, I voted for. It doesn't matter who you say, because your neighbor will either give you a big hug or he will shove you off the porch. So yeah, what we're doing doesn't work. Cat says 1-1 with love. Zipper says, good to see you to Previn. She Cooks so much says, oh, Cat, yeah, that's such a compliment. Hey, Austin. Austin says hi to everyone. So I'm going to read something from A Course in Miracles in just a minute. But that's making it about them, is treating the world with ultimate kindness as a practice, including yourself, no exceptions. which leads us right into awakening through YouTube. Is there any place to practice than YouTube? Someone is going to come in and offer you a reason to not practice kindness. Someone's going to come in with a, you know what? I want to give a shout out to Gravity Core Fitness because you never see him or Joe, Mark or Joe, respond with anything but humor and kindness. Humor, real humor, not the smirk, not the humor of malice, but real humor from the heart. What a way to bring people together. You'll never see Mark or Joe reply to any unkindness with anything other than love, humor, good humor from the heart, and kindness. It's just they know how to do YouTube. So YouTube provides us this awakening potential, awakening possibilities. Can I be kind to everyone comes in, regardless of what they bring me? No exceptions. The answer is most of the time, 99% of the time. I'm getting pretty good at it, to be a little kind to myself. Um, we don't have to take anything personally. Do you know why? We had a young person in here yesterday who was pretty insistent on defining me in negative terms, meaning making fun of me. And eventually says, "You don't mind that I'm being mean to you." And the true answer is, he wasn't being mean to me. He was being mean to an image on his screen that has absolutely nothing to do with me at all. Why would I be mad? Why would I let that ruin one moment of the entirety of my day? So if it says breaking patterns, yes, breaking patterns. In yogic psychology, it would be called kleshas, afflictions, which literally means afflictions. The afflictions of our mind that keep us stuck in samkaras, which are patterns. And we have a pattern for everything that goes on in life. Timo says, good news out to my family. Channel is only 98,990 subscribers from 100K. Closer and closer and closer. Just thank you all. I'm happy to be part of Team Timo. Rebecca says, just stopped in to give you a like, and I'm off to Army Cadets now. Awesome, Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming in. Praveen says, sorry, I'm keeping your live stream on and going to have my dinner half an hour before when they came back from my shift. Gotcha. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Praveen. Timo says she cooks, then the squirrel. Praveen says, salute to you, Rebecca, from a Army person too. Yep. Timo says, thank you all. Absolutely, Timo. Hey, Timo, when can we look forward to Sunday premieres again? Chris says, that was a reflection of things going on inside that person itself. Yes, absolutely. As well as unhealed projections coming from myself as well. If I took anything personally, then it would be my projections. I would be responding with, let's read this from the Course of Miracles, if you guys don't mind. I read this morning, and I read this again to a friend this afternoon. So I'm going to read just parts of this. This is chapter 12, called The Holy Spirit's Curriculum. Understand that you do not respond to anything directly, but to your interpretation of it. That's so important. We don't respond to anything directly. That kid was not responding to me directly. He was responding to his interpretation of me. If I were to respond back or to react back, I would not be responding to the actuality, which is just a young kid lost projecting his stuff. I would just be adding my projection to his projection. So understand that you do not respond to anything directly, but to your interpretation of it. Your interpretation thus becomes the justification for the response. That is why analyzing the motives of another is hazardous. If I think this kid was attacking me instead of like what Chris said, that he was just putting out his projections. So if I were to analyze that as an attack, and what do I do when I'm attacked? I attack in turn. And so we have a world filled with nothing but attack and attack and attack. If you decide that someone is really trying to attack you or desert you or enslave you, you will respond as if he had actually done so. Remember, it's just our perception of what he's doing, having made his error real to you. To interpret error is to give it power, and having done this, you will overlook the truth. And the truth is, it's just a young kid, every bit made of love as I am. If I am taking my error and I'm seeing his error, then guess what? I'm creating an unreal world, a world of perception, not an actuality of reality. I'll get back in there in a minute. Nature says, that is how I perceive that behavior. Absolutely. So there's no sense, as soon as we perceive that, there's no sense adding our own perception to it. Oh my God, this kid's perception is attacking my perception. So the only thing I can do is attack back. Perception versus perception. Let's see. Timo says, at the moment, I upload high quality movies. If you watch it only in HD and not in 4K, you can not show you the real beauty of the scenery and the effects they put in my movies. Okay. I understand that. I don't know if I can get that in 4K, though. I'll have to see. Oh, not in 4K, in HD. Grumpy Sapper is here. So Eric and everyone in the chat. Hello, my friend. Grumpy, how are you? Cat says, my attack thoughts. Yes. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Just wrote this morning, Yogi. Absolutely. Timo, on Monday is a 5-minute video to see a very unique drive over the pass road with a very unique camera angle. Looks like you sit in that Formula One car. Nice. Timo says, you can, Eric? Awesome. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing this movie this weekend. Grumpy says he's good. Same old. So the analysis of the ego motivation is very complicated, very obscuring, and never without your own ego involvement. So anytime you're analyzing someone else's behavior, someone else's motivation for doing what they do, it has our own ego involvement in it. So we're not seeing the truth. We are seeing my perception of his perception or her perception. I'm going to keep going through this just a little bit. I love this part. There is but one interpretation of motivation, what is causing someone to do something, specifically attack, that makes any sense. Just one. And it is because the Holy Spirit's judgment is required, no effort on your part. I want to clarify, if you don't care for the term Holy Spirit, it's not the Holy Spirit that we were brought up to if you are in the Christian faith. It is our voice of love, or as Kat said, our God spark that resides within, that has connected us to the universe, to God, to reality, to love. Miss Blipper this morning likened it to, she likes calling it higher inspiration. Holy Spirit, you can say higher inspiration. So here is the only one interpretation of motivation that makes any sense. Every loving thought is true. Every loving thought is true. Everything else is an appeal for healing and help. Anything else. If I have I don't want to, yesterday was a young kid. I've had some old people come in here with some unkind things today. You never know. So if I take that and interpret it in any other way than a cry, an appeal for healing and help, I am misinterpreting it. and it gives me justification, my own motivation to attack. There is never any true motivation to attack. Can anyone be justified in responding with anger to a brother's plea for help? If someone is asking for your help, what do we do? No response can be appropriate except a willingness to give it to him or her. For this and only this is what he is asking for. Offer him anything else, and you are assuming the right to attack his reality by interpreting it as you see fit. Perhaps the danger of this to your own mind is not yet fully apparent. If you believe that an appeal for help is something else, you will react to something else. Your response will therefore be inappropriate to reality as it is, but not to our perception. So, that is reading from the course. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Hey, Tokyo, how are you, my friend? On my page, there's a link to see. What do we got? Tokyo says, so Yogi, hope all is well with you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I hope all is well with you. And Smitty, I haven't seen Smitty in a long time. Hey, guys, you connected with Tokyo? He's been a good friend of the channel for quite some time. I think about a year now. Timo says, hi, Tokyo. Tokyo says, what's up, Timo family? Mark says, see you guys. Great stream. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. I'll be looking forward to seeing you later today. Chris says, in my life, I've dealt with people who have yelled in my face. I would still be nice at times. It would make that person, a person's angrier. Yeah, when they are not getting the response that they wished for. Tokyo says, you're the man, Eric. Appreciate all you do, boss man. Thank you, Tokyo. Let me bring up Tokyo's channel real quick. 564. Well done, my friend. Tokyo, how's your watch hours? Today I reached with my 2-month young channel 1,000 subscribers. That is pretty fast. It's very fast. Well done, Optimob. Optimob, how's your watch hours coming along? Sue says, Yogi. Hey, Sue, how are you? Sapper says, Timo, congrats, bro. That's really fast. Yeah, it is fast. Got to say, Yogi, what was really funny about that kid was he really changed his tune when I mentioned teasing with split peas. He did. He did. What really got me is when he says, so you're not mad about me being mean to you. That's mean. He did. That was funny. Timo says, 3,000 to go. 3,000 to go to get to the 4K. Hey, Kayla. Kayla, how are you? Kayla says, hope all is well. Matt Face is here. As mad as ever. He's not really mad, guys. She says, I'm outside enjoying the windy, rainy weather. Yeah, we have that going on down here, too. Sue's waving at Kayla. Medface says, you mentioned Mad? It did mention Mad. How are you? Timo says, Sue singing in the rain. Medface says, when you say mad, I come. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. Mad and all. Simpa says, where your thoughts are creates your reality. And there's a deep psychological principle in that. Yoga, Buddhism, Course in Miracles all point to the same thing. Our projections make our perceptions. We only are witness to a tiny fraction of reality, and that we see is misperceived. Sue says, Stimo, Yoga Squirrel was swinging in the rain. Was he? I got an awesome squirrel video. You're going to love it, Sue. I filmed a squirrel climbing a tree with a plastic cup in its mouth. I don't know if there was a cake party going up at the top of the tree. It was bring your own cup. I don't know. You guys watch it when I post it later and let me know. Madface, let's see, has a short. Made me laugh right off the bat, Joshua. I'm sorry, Madface. Give me 1 second, guys. Are you scared? Didn't mean to scare you guys. Make sure that you click the link and check it out and leave a comment. Hey, Smallface, how are you, my friend? Simple says it only takes 17 seconds and a thought to start manifesting. Man, it is really coming down. Timo says, yoga making and singing squirrel of Sue. Sue says, squirrely gets its drink on? That's what I was thinking. There was a cake party at the top of the tree. I hope it turned out right. Let's see. Hey, Rob. Rob says his video is done. Mattface says, thanks for watching my video. Absolutely. I hope everyone heads over and watches Mattface's video. Trending says, good night, Trending. Chris says, small face. Gotta go. See y'all later. Thanks for coming in, Chris. So, tying it all together, perception, reality, attack. What better place than YouTube? What better place to be kind, to practice kindness, to practice forgiveness than YouTube? Remember, when I talk about forgiveness, I'm not talking about the traditional view of forgiveness. I'm not talking about a bartering and bargaining system of trading goodwill for when someone feels bad enough, when we believe their guilt has been lessened a bit. We will offer some forgiveness. That's the traditional way. We have the amazing Joshua coming in. How do I know? Because I see lightning bolts and I see love. Sue's waving at Praveen. And there he is. This is the amazing, energetic Joshua. Timo says hi to Smile Face and hi to Mad Face. Smile and Mad. Hey Timo, excuse me, guys. How did your class go that you had to take? Gus says, Joshua, hey Joshua, what time is your live tomorrow? We are giving away $100. Excellent question. Sue says it's chilly and I'm getting a little wet, but I could actually fall asleep out here in the porch right now. Something about that sound. If you had a train pass by right now, Sue, it would be like all my favorite sounds all at once. Madface says to Optimo, you are clever with how you mentioned me and Smallface. Yeah, that was pretty funny, wasn't it? Smile face is laughing. Tima says a lot to learn and renew my profession as a licensed professional tall stove builder. Is it are you done with it now? Are you finished? Joshua says my $100 giveaway live stream is 8 a.m. tomorrow. Sue says I just missed the train right before I came outside. Those are some of my favorite. And there's a reason why I said favorite. All of your videos are my favorite, but I think the train ones, the train sounds are my favorite. Joshua says, little smile face. Tima says, thank you, mad face. Kat says, that's exciting, Josh. You gonna be there, Kat? Let's see. Joshua says there are rules to this live stream. Do you want to type the rules out, or do you want to pop up on the live stream and let the rules be known? Matthew says, you're welcome up to my family. Sue says, I actually like it when I catch the train sounds when I'm inside. In bluegrass, they call it the high lonesome sound. Smile face smiles, gives a thumbs up. Timo. Optimop says, yes, it's just another training in mathematics and stuff. I have my journey license now for over 30 years. Nice. Joshua says, I'll explain it. Gotcha. Kat says, of course I'll be there. I set an alarm. Awesome. I hope to see you there too. I'm going to be tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll be taking a longer walk. Hopefully I will be finished just in time to sit down, drink a cup of tea, green tea, of course, and collect my $100. Yes, I'm sounding pretty confident. Do you know why? I don't know. I'm just feeling confident. For no specific reason. Chances are that, man, the last time, I think it was 2 weeks ago on a Sunday, Joshua gave out money. And when he started talking about it, there was like 12 people, and I'm thinking, I'd like my odds. And then he kept talking about it, and I got up to 23 people, and then he kept talking about it, and there was like 40 people, and I kept thinking, I don't like my odds. Timo says, I'm old fuzz, born in 73, and yet I'm 8 years older than you. So I am an older fuzz. Oh, Joshua says I'm at work now. Gotcha. You can come this if you're off this evening if you want to come in. Kat says it's time you got $100, Yogi. $100 buys an awful lot of lentils and bananas, doesn't it? Eventually, I will start saving for a car. I am carless. I lost 2 cars in the space of 3 years, which has left me feeling. And you know what? I worked through a lot of stuff. I worked through a lot of issues. I don't want anyone to think this guy's got his stuff wired shut. This guy's, you know, he's been practicing for a long time. He must be on the money. I'm working through some stuff. Losing 2 cars, and uh, Mocha's in. She's taken 6 classes. It's a very stressful semester for her. So I don't see Misty, the little dog. I don't see Mocha. I don't have cars for the first time in a long time, and I love my solitude. I love being quiet. I love being in my own company. For the first time that I can remember, maybe since I first quit drinking, I'm feeling very isolated and cut off, um, and a little worried about some stuff. However, making it about them, ultimate kindness, means that I can recognize that and I can give myself the kindness that I need to see myself through this. And that makes all the difference. You don't need to have your stuff, clean a word, wired tight. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to not make mistakes. You don't need to be 100% on the money all the time. You just need to be kind to yourself. Include yourself in the making it about them. Be kind to yourself by eating good, nourishing food. Be kind to yourself for taking a walk out in nature, doing breath work and practicing yoga and getting some deep sleep. Be kind to yourself by having an animal companion that you can be kind to and is kind to you in return. There's there's infinite ways of being kind to yourself. Kat says, I love you, Yogi. Thank you, Kat. Kat, you know what? Your message in that, and I have it because T did a clip of it for me. I can't even begin to tell you how much that moved me, how much that meant to me. The message. Had a conversation with Toy Pups, and I mentioned that to her and welcome Toy Pups. I mentioned how much that meant to me. Photocopy. No. What's it called on the phone? I don't know. What's up, Nightmare? That Timo says, fact WP multitasking. Praveen says, sir, I'm watching your live stream and also doing my work too. I appreciate that, Praveen. Drawing an Arts vlog says, good night. Good night, my friend. Joshua said, now I have my car in the shop. Nightmare says, it's me, Sir Yogi. Hello. Hello, my friend. Joshua says he lost 5 cars in 2 years. Here are the rules, by the way. Oh, let me add one thing real quick. What Toy Pups was saying. Super chats are awesome, but it's the message in the super chat that means everything. That means everything. And Kat, you demonstrated that so perfectly. Even just thinking about it now, I told Toy Pups that. So the rules are: you must stay the entire live stream. It's free to enter this time, but future Thursday Throwdown live streams are $5 US to enter. $5 to enter to win $100 is a pretty good deal, guys. Hey, I wonder if Nature's Dog Realms knows this because she loves scratch off games. So this is like Joshua is giving us the ultimate scratch off. Photo screen. What's up, What's up, app, yo? That's exactly what it's called, Nightmare. Nightmare never fails to make me laugh. Timo says Nightmare is still a dream, so Phil Sabine was living together with me. It is a nightmare, but it's still a dream. Hey, Tandra. Tandra, my friend, how are you? Had you up and playing this morning? So awesome to hear your voice. So awesome to hear your voice in the morning again. It just puts me right back in that magical place. Praveen says, I told because you might be thinking today Praveen left in between. Nope. I would never make that assumption about you, my friend. Hey, Share Bear. Speaking of making it about them, no one makes it about them more than Share Bear, who is just an ultimate support channel. She does so much for so many people. Share Bear says, so everyone will be in the background working. God bless you all. God bless you, my friend. She really does. Share Bear really does so much for so many people. It's amazing. Tanya says, all good. Thanks, Yogi. I hope all is okay with you. It is pretty good. Praveen says, thanks a lot, sir. You're welcome. We got some love from Share Bear. Hey, Foxy. Foxy's in the background. Thank you, my friend. Joshua says, guys, eventually I want Thursday Throwdown live stream to be uh, every week with 3 winners. One first place, 100. Second place, 50. And third place, 25. Nice. Oh, you know what? I forgot to set the ads. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. That's okay. You guys get an ad free. You guys deserve to be ad free. But I might change it real quick. We're only going to talk for about 20 minutes anyway. Yeah, I forgot to change the ad setting as well as the. I'm such a lapsed student. Toy Pups taught me better than this. All right, guys. Corrected. So you might get an ad, but you're only going to get it for 20 more minutes. Nightmare says PSG versus Liverpool tonight, Yogi. Who should I root for? I'm tempted to root for Liverpool because I love the Beatles. Joshua, that's a really good idea. Entertaining and a wonderful way to help people. Praveen says I'll watch Barcelona versus Benfica. Did I get that right? Benfica? Didn't Barcelona win the whole thing not long ago? Timo says, hey, such a long time for my last. It has been a long time. Poop howdy. Poop howdy to you, my friend. The official salute of Jesse Yogi doing burpees in his basement. Poop says, Optimum family, be careful mentioning poop. So we had a friend when I first started doing live streams. He showed up every day, and he would say, "Fart for me, bro." Very insistent. Fart for me, bro. Fart for me, bro. Fart for me, bro. And he eventually sent me a message on Facebook Messenger and said, "Man, I threw everything at you trying to get you shook up, and to get a negative reaction out of you, and you just kept joking and laughing and having a good time with it. Became a great friend of the channel. Become a good friend on Facebook as well." Steven says, "What a shine on that lovely bald head. Shine a kindness upon us all." Well, thank you, Steven. I knew you would be here, so I gave it a little extra shine just for you. Sometimes I don't know you're going to be here, and I'll give it a little extra shine in hopes that it will draw you near. Steve is another one who's been a great friend of the channel for probably over a year. Nightmare says, "Who do you think will win, Praveen?" Nightmare says, "No Yogi, PSG." Okay. I just switched. I just switched alliance. Poop says, "Out to my family up there." Read that. Tanya says, "You never walk alone." Liverpool. Now I'm torn. No, Nightmare's a good friend, but Tandra, I don't know if I can go against Tandra. I don't think I'm physically capable going against Tandra. I don't think I'm emotionally spiritual capable of going against Tandra. So I might have to sit this out. I might not have to. I might, if I take sides, guys. I can't do it. Timo's laughing. Joshua's laughing. Timo says Medic loves Liverpool. So that's 2 people. What do you think? Should I do a poll for the last? So where is Nightmare? PSG. Where are they from? I don't know anything about PSG. All I know about Liverpool is um, the Beatles. Hey, Miss Flipper. Hello, my friend Miss Flipper. We were reading chapter 12. As of right now, chapter 12 of A Course in Miracles is my all-time favorite chapter. Lesson 122 from the workbook is my all-time favorite lesson. Optimop says, poop howdy, with the emojis. It always works better with the emojis. You have the actual poop and the cowboy. Joshua says, Yogi, it's a great help to the community and a big help to my channel. Yeah, this is true, Joshua. Absolutely. Who doesn't want to go into a live stream for the entire thing for the opportunity to win $100 as well? It's just fun. You're cheering on for everyone. Yes, you want to win 100, but you also want to share in the joy of someone else winning that 100. How happy they're going to be. Tandra is laughing. Coop says, I must leave now, guys, because I am currently being dropped out of someone and into a toilet. Thank you for that update, for that descriptive update. Dasher says, poop never safe, it always dropped. Excellent point. All right, we may need a poll. Let's do it. So, oh, P stands for Paris. Gotcha. What is a SG? Papa says poop stay. Things I never thought that I would read on my live stream ever. Poop stay, please. Tanya says yes to a poll. Well, like right off the bat, we're at 83% for Liverpool. Mad Face is mad. Nightmare says France. Hey, Danny. Danny says hi to everyone. Tony says, mind you, how many names has Nightmare got to vote? I hadn't thought of that. I think only two, right? Praveen says PSG is Football Club of France. Gotcha. Miss Pippa says I've been doing the workbook again since the beginning of the year. I restarted the workbook again. Will be my fourth time through the workbook in 30 plus years. It's funny how cocky I was when I first made it through the workbook. Well, I'm enlightened. I'm awakened. I am a Course in Miracle sage and seer. I'm a 24/7 forgiving machine. And in an instant, realized how ridiculous that actually was. So you're what, at 90 something? Well, no, I guess not 90 something yet. 60 something? I could probably do math, but no one needs to see me look all confused. Hey, Kellogg says Eric has sent a young man called Matthew here to help him. he is depressed and live a bad life. He is here. Clicking on the link. So, colleagues, I'm going to do the live stream for about 10 more minutes. I can head over and say hi. I can tell that he's definitely going through something. I never, never, ever say that I'm going to be able to help anyone. However, I can always be a friend to someone. Nightmare says, I promised Tundra a fair battle. Is it, let's see, we got 82 for Liverpool. Let's see, Kat says, hey, Joshua, do you have an advanced link for that live tomorrow? I'll post on my channel. But the date is put in wrong accidentally. Danny's waving at everyone. Thank you, Danny. Timo says, poop say please, Sir Farhan is on his way. Joshua says, how is everyone? Joshua says, yes, it's amazing to see someone who needs it very happy. Yes. Yes, it is. Nightmare says, Tandra, are you saying I cheat? And look at that sincere emoji that he put. How could you doubt Nightmare with the sincerity of that emoji? All right, let's catch up. See where you guys are. Hey, Clark. How are you? Dale Clark is here. Says, hi, Eric, brother. Timo says, Star Wars. Oh, 65 days. So you are at lesson 65. Hey, are you reading the text as well, or just doing the workbook? Earlier in the year, I reread Manual for Teachers, and it was mind-blowing. I always only skimmed over it, thinking it very presumptuous of me to consider myself a teacher of God. Lesson 65, by the way, interesting. My only function is the one God gave me. You say interesting because I was reading a little bit from Ken Wapnick, and he was talking about our only function. Our only function is forgiveness. But again, this is a different type of forgiveness. It's seeing through the illusion that we are separate from each other, that we are separate from the source. It's vital to be able to see that. Tima says, it's May the 4th be with you. Well, we're close to it. March the 4th. May you March 4th. I like that one. Bill says, that's what I like about you, Eric. You're willing to befriend anyone, but don't guarantee to help at the same time. Honestly, Bill, I think sometimes the greatest thing we can do to someone is just give them space to be, to suffer, to cry, without trying to alter it or shift it, without saying you are wrong for how you feel right now, and let me convince you that by changing you. One of the things you learn in yoga psychology is everything changes through awareness. And until you become aware, deeply so, of the issues at hand and the cause of it, you'll continue to suffer. But once you become aware, just becoming aware, not doing any type of drastic practice, just awareness. Awareness is synonymous with love. Bring that impartial, awareness to how we think and why we think the way we do, everything begins to change. And you start realizing, so wait a minute, I don't have these problems. I am witness to these problems. They are occurring within the vast spaciousness that I am. You really can't help but smile. All this time, I've been taking myself so seriously, and I don't even know myself. I don't even know who I truly am. Smiling at the ego is one of the single most healing things that you can ever learn how to do. Doesn't change the fact that you're still going to relate to the world and to others and yourself as an ego, but just that smile says, you know what? Just not going to take it so seriously anymore. I'm going to relax by a degree. Do you guys know Dan Harris? He was a correspondent for ABC News. I believe he was also on 60 Minutes. He does some stuff for CNN on occasion now. He had an on-air panic attack, and it was noticeable. He froze. He was sweating. He was gulping. He was trying to catch his breath. Co-anchor was trying to help him through it, but you see that it was not going well. He stumbled through. Says he has no memory of how he stumbled through it. Hey, Specs. And then, of course, once you have a panic attack, especially on air, national TV, can you imagine how that plays in your mind? That it was um, always going to be a present threat every time you go on air. Praveet says, "Sir, you went to church today?" I did not, my friend. I did not. I have no means of traveling other than my foot right now. Feet. Specs, Danny says, Specs Appeal, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Danny. I hope Specs is having a good day too. So anyway, Dan Harris looked for all kinds of ways to combat his panic attacks, his anxiety. Couldn't do it. Medication didn't work. Simon says, nope, he did not, my friend. Simon. But I give you props for the effort. He saw an old guy and he thought, I'm going to get him. I can get him. You were that close. You were that close. Good job. Matthew says, I'm the best YouTube channel because I have the best angry videos. You know what? I got to admit, your last angry video was pretty angry and it was pretty awesome. So, finally, Simon Zaffin gives us a thumbs up. Hey, Simon, don't give up. Come back in a couple of days or in a week or so. Give it another shot with something else, because if it's done correctly, you can definitely catch me off guard. I was on my game today. I had my A game, and I was about to say it, and I thought, nope, I see it now, this close. Hey, Amanda. Sorry, I'm here, guys. I'm working, but I'm here. I appreciate that, Amanda. We got some Jacob love. Thank you. So let me finish off with Dan Harris real quick. That he finally got the help that he needed. He got his anxiety not under control, but handled. He did it through meditation. He did it through Vipassana meditation, insight meditation, which is a Buddhist meditation. I have practiced that somewhat myself over the years. And he wrote a book about it. When he was asked, when he did a interview, and they asked him, did meditation help you? Did it make you happier? Did it ease your anxiety? He says, I'm about 10% happier. That's the name of his book, 10% happier. And some people might write that off and think, what's the big deal? 10% happier. When you are suffering anxiety, when you are, hey, Chris, I'm glad you talk about Vipassana. Absolutely. Imagine me saying that and you coming in at the same time. Um, when you are sunk deep into that anxiety, 10% is a life changer. 10% is a rope thrown to you in the deep end of the ocean, can pull you out, can save your life. It gives you a little bit of air to breathe. 10% happier, I'll take it every time, guys. Through my own issues, anxiety and panic attacks about 3 years ago. And still, I actually had a panic attack during doing burpees. And there's a video of me having to walk away from my set and going outside, coming back and finishing off my set and explaining to people it happens. It happens. I wish it didn't, but it does. Let's see. Homestead says, I'm off grid and sometimes drop off. Says, I apologize. Apologies for disappearing suddenly yesterday. That's okay. I understand how it happens. So sorry, I missed that in the chat. I missed conversation in the chat. I did want to mention that though with uh, Dan Harris, 10% happier. Of course, I completely forgot why I wanted to mention that. Maybe it has to do with lesson 65. My only function is the one God gave me, which is forgiveness. So if meditation can make us 10% happier, I honestly believe the practice of true forgiveness, the practice of real forgiveness, takes us the additional 90%. Not the forgiveness that most people think about. A little different. Doing some breath work, guys, and you're golden. Oh, let's see. Miss Ripper says, I don't understand the poll. I don't know what PSG is. Yep, it's for football. Chris, how are you? It's nice to see you, my friend. Tandra says, just vote Liverpool. She's not biased by any means. Well, Liverpool is doing well. They got 72. I'm interested to see how Homestead might vote, as he's British, but he's living in France. We got some more Jacob Love. Praveen says, true, sir. Here's the thing, guys. Demon Face is waving. I had everything in place. I had a lifetime of practicing meditation and yoga. I did breath work every day. I had a great diet. I worked out every single day. I've read every major self-help book, self-discovery book that has come out in the past 40 years. The old ones, the new ones, I don't read them much anymore, but I've read them. And yet, I found myself suffering anxiety and not even knowing it was anxiety, even though I teach people and taught people then how to navigate through anxiety, how to alleviate insomnia, how to work through panic attacks. And I went to the doctor. I was having trouble breathing. I was diagnosed with a progressive lung disorder during the height of COVID, caring for my father. And yet they couldn't do my insurance, they couldn't do the tests at the time because they were shut down due to COVID. It was going to be months and months ahead before I could get it scheduled. So I was an endurance athlete. I was still training for ultra marathons and told that I have a progressive lung disorder, which of course fed into the anxiety and the panic attacks that I didn't even know I was suffering from. I thought it was a progressive lung disorder. When I finally got tested, They said, because they had X-rays, and the X-rays showed that progressive lung disorder. Supposedly, turns out that, as my doctor said, the guy who did the test, you have really big lungs because you were an endurance athlete. That's what they saw. What I was suffering from was anxiety, which doubled, tripled, because I thought that my uh, things that I love to do. Hey, let's see, Smitty, how are you? Smitty says, I was talking about you because Tokyo came in. Smitty says, sup, brother, Yogi? Stopped in to say hello, show support. I haven't been on 4 months, but we're back, baby. All right, so we're back. That means swinging back into full support for the ultimate gaming channels. 3 of them in my books. Smitty Deuces, Tokyo, he was here earlier, Caleb Bill. 3 ultimate gaming channel, guys. If you can support our friend Smitty. Chris says, I'm French, but being from the south of France, I can't be for PSG. Did you vote Liverpool? So, yeah, all of a sudden, the last person I would have thought to suffer anxiety, me, someone who teaches people. But maybe I needed to actually suffer, and I was suffering. Add that on with a lifelong issue with low level depression, and my father dying in the process. It was a little bit of a tough time, but it was amazing to come through it and to learn the lesson. The only way to through it is through it. I should, if he's face it's what? Hey, Jamie, I should reiterate that for a second. Poop was laughing. The only way through it is through it. I've used the word circumvent twice today. I'll use it one more time. You cannot circumvent anxiety. You cannot circumvent a panic attack. You cannot circumvent depression. But you can love yourself through all of it. And when you do that, and when you forgive yourself through it, and you forgive what you might view as the conditions and the cause, everything becomes lighter, easier. Maybe not better. Sometimes 10%. Sometimes 10% is enough. Praveed says, sir, I'm feeling a CP for the first time. I'm leaving live in between. Sorry from heart. Good night, Sir Yogi. That's okay. Thank you, Praveen. I appreciate you hanging out. Miss Pippa says layers and layers and layers. Yep. Squirrel Sniper, are you still with us? As soon as Miss Flipper says layers and layers and layers, I thought of you and turtles all the way down. Dill says, Eric, what do you think of Jamie Brown's physique and fitness compared to Jace? In my honest opinion, I feel obviously Jace got more experience, so probably he's able to train harder and for longer. I don't know as Jace has more experience. Jace has only been, here's what's remarkable about Jace. He's only been training for 8 months, maybe 9 months now. I don't know how long Jamie's been training. Yeah, I don't know if I have a, I don't know if I would make a comparison. Everyone trains for different things, for different reasons, different purposes, and they get different results. I love the fact, man, Jamie's got knowledge. He's got awesome knowledge. And I love that he shares it. And he's very creative in his workouts. And then, man, how can you not appreciate the fact that Jace has just become an animal, a machine in just over 8 months and learning it as he went. He doesn't have, he did some stuff in the Army physical, but he wasn't a gym goer, he wasn't a bodybuilder, he wasn't someone who had that experience. He learned as he went. I always liken Jace as a natural yogi. He's a Taoist master. So instead of comparing, I think I would just contrast different goals, training for different things, um, and both of them have their strengths. Both of them are awesome teachers. Praveen says, "Good night, everyone." Good night to you, Praveen. Thank you for hanging out. Jennifer's Journey says, "Hope you're well, Yogi." Thank you, Jennifer. Dog Warrior is here. What's up, my friend? Says Yo Bros. Phil says, "Sorry about your father, brother Yogi, Eric. You've come through it. Um, and no doubt stronger because of it." I'm not sure stronger is the right word, though, Dale. Thank you. Oscar says, "Hey, Master Yogi. Hope you're doing well. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hey, Oscar, my friend, how are you?" Anna says, "Hi to Homestead." Yeah, I'm not sure stronger is the right word. I think broken's a better word. I came through it broken, and I'm awful glad that I did. I always refer back to Leonard Cohen. Everything has a crack in it because that's how the light gets in. It's his beautiful song Anthem. Um, that man, if I kept trying to hold myself together, uh, it would have been a false sense. It would have been a false strength. Something else would have eventually broken me. In the end, ultimately, uh, breaking means you have more space to hold everything and everyone. If I came through it strong, I'm gritting my teeth, um, then I might be kind of rigid in my thinking. I might be kind of the false impression of stoic. You get through something by, again, gritting your teeth and forcing your way through it. Whichever doesn't destroy me only serves to make me stronger type of attitude. Be destroyed. Allow yourself to be destroyed because what's being destroyed is the image of who you think you are, that image of strength. Allow yourself to be broken so that you can love more completely, so that your ultimate space to hold everything that life shows up, everything that shows up. Which reminds me, we got some more Jacob Love. Thank you. Let's see. 603 Magnet Piet says, "Jason, hey friends." Hey Jason. Give me 1 second, guys. On that note, one of my all-time favorite poems. I'm gonna read this and then we're gonna call it an afternoon. Hey Nightmare. This is actually this is Rumi, the great Sufi poet, but it is from the Scottish Library where I'm reading it from. I love this poem. It's called The Guest House. This is what I mean about being broken open. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be cleaning you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them all at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent by a guide from beyond. I love the line, he may be cleaning you out for some new delight. Allow yourself to be cleaned out. Be the guest house. A guest house doesn't stop someone at the door. It doesn't stop depression at the door. And hold it. I refuse to let you in. It doesn't stop grief from climbing in through the window. It says, come in, come in. I will hold you. I will love you. I will see you through this time. Brent says, from broken, you need to recover. I don't think you even need to recover. Well, yes, in a way, and no, in a way. We got to talk in terms of paradox. What are you going to recover? Do you want to recover your old life that is just going to break again through something else? Or do you want to, again, just be that openness, that spaciousness that is now all allowing and all accepting and all smiling? So we don't want to reassemble the broken pieces into a image of what we have. Um, what we recover is the true sense of who we are. Here's what we realize when we're broken. I was that space anyway. I've always been that space. I've always been true awareness. And awareness doesn't make distinctions. I'm aware of everything in this room. If I want to make a distinction, I put my attention on it. But that's just a little more focused awareness. Awareness is as aware of this bottle and these glasses as this notebook without making any distinctions whatsoever. My attention says glasses. My attention says notebook. Remind ourselves that awareness is synonymous with love. And that's what we are. Miss Pipper says, very wisely, yeah, no Frankensteins. Exactly. Beautiful. I love that. Address all. Yes. Address all. In a loving, loving way. Think in terms of tenderness. Have you ever held a sick animal? Have you ever tended to a baby bird that you might have found whose mother, for whatever reason, was no longer there? Tending. I love that word tending, and I love that word tenderness. Approach life through the tenderness of a heart that is open and spacious. Everything deserves that love. Everything deserves that kindness. Everything deserves that tenderness. Homestead says, no, recover the new you. Yep, um, the new you has no need of recovery because now it just is. You know what I mean? It's at home. We finally returned home. We're in our new identity. Danny's saying hi to everyone. Thank you, Danny. Dill says, obviously, Jace puts in the work, relentless bodyweight exercises, circuits. Jamie does his short resistant band type workouts. Different goals, obviously. Yeah, absolutely, Dill. Absolutely. Miss Pippa says, in Jungian dreams symbolism, the building, the guest house, is us. Yes. Nightmare says, I will accept my pole loss humbly. I think I've only won one poll that I've ever put up, and that was turtles versus crabs. Amanda says, Jennifer, I subbed to you. Jennifer, I subbed. I love your cat. I love your cat. Fran says, I raised a squirrel who fell out of trees. That shows what an awesome person you are, my friend. It's that same tenderness you allow to yourself, but you allow life to be the tender. And uh, Hawaiian shamanism, Ho'oponopono, they talk about four states of consciousness, four stages, not rigid, very fluid. The first one is life is happening to me. Why is this always happening to me? Why am I always broken? Kat says perfectly, that would fall under giving up all hope for a better past. It would. So the first stage of consciousness, according to Ho'opono psychology, Ho'opono shamanism, life is happening to me. Well, this sucks. Why did this always happen to me? Why am I always the one left broken? Why do people leave me? Why do I end up with no cars? Why? The second is life is happening for me. It's a nice place to be. We realize that everything's a lesson. Life is happening for me. That I'm learning lessons and everything's happening for a reason, for a purpose. But it's still a lower energy, a lower state of consciousness. And again, this isn't saying lower or higher as good or bad, just where we find ourselves. The third is life is happening through me. Life is being expressed through the vehicle of me, through my spirit, through, everything that is happening is just life expressing itself through Eric. It's getting pretty high. Life's getting a little bit easier. But when you get this little glimpse of the fourth state, life is happening as me. Who was it? Which I bet you Miss Flipper and I bet you Sniper. No, right off the bat. Actually, all of you might know. I can't think of who it was. Said that nothing human is foreign to me. That is life happening as me. I am life. It's not happening through me. It's not happening to me. It's not happening for me. It's just life. Oneness, one thing happening. Nightmare says, thanks for the stream, Sir Yogi. Thank you for hanging out, Nightmare. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the loss. I almost feel like I should root for Paris now. Get a thumbs up from Homestead. Amanda says, I always say to them. What do you mean, Amanda? Sniper says, not mine, Eric. Oh, Dale says, I remember you saying, Eric, at an age you were doing heavy powerlifting, quite different from resistance band workouts. But like you said, everyone's genetics are different. Yeah, absolutely. And at the time, that was my focus. Tanya says, thanks, Yogi. Sorry, Nightmare. Can't win them all. You cannot. But hey, if we can make you guys happy and have fun while we're here, that's been well worth it. Temper says, not mine, Eric. Joe says, we said nothing is outside yourself. Absolutely. And there is no outside and there's no self. There's just what is love. Dale says, one thing happening can be the bad stuff too. How you can exist as existence itself. Well, I think when you are at that point, things are no longer labeled good or bad. They are just that which is happening. So, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap things up for the afternoon. I will be back doing another live stream at 5:25. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. I missed a lot of the conversation, guys. I just seemed to be on a bit of a rant, so to speak. But again, one of those things when you find yourself ranting, just go ahead and go with it. Rant away. Amanda says, Eric, laughing, people say, why? I always say, why not? Yep, that would be the guest house. Miss Flipper, thank you, my friend. Jamie's going live soon. I'll be on the lookout for you, Jamie. Anna says, thank you so much, Yogi. Thank you, Anna. Jamie says, take care, Yogi. You too. I'll be looking for you, Jamie. Sniper says, this reality is designed with complete density. React easiest to the lowest of all the frequencies by default. Our individual jobs are lifting ourselves through the various frequencies. What if we were Bodhisattvas? Mispronounced, I'm certain. And our only role was to be lifting other people up to those frequencies. Brent says, take care, buddy. You too, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. Amanda says, love you, Eric. You're sexy as hell. I don't know if I'm that sexy. I don't know if I'm sexy as hell. How about I'm as sexy as purgatory? Purgatory? Purgatory. I got it that time. Brian says, so everyone, wishing everyone a best day. Thank you, Brian. You too, my friend. Miss Pippa says, interdimensional beings. With that, I'm sort of going to default to Kenneth Wapnick. An illusion is an illusion is an illusion, no matter which dimension you find yourself in. I do like the way Pierre Teilhard de Chardin says that we are not human beings who have an occasional spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Phil says, another book you might enjoy, Eric, The Universal One by Walter Russell. I'll look for that. Thanks. Simply says, to lift someone else's frequencies, one must also be on that frequency. I wonder. I'll be honest. I give most of that these days zero thought. Zero. I have focused my mission on continuous kindness and forgiveness, and don't worry about ascension. I don't worry about frequencies. I don't worry about anything other than this too. Can I be kind to this too? Can I forgive this too? And you know what? I don't know. The joy that spontaneously comes up is really beyond description. Miss Pippa says, leading by example is a thing. Yep. We teach what we most need to learn. Pippa says, so to love oneself is a start. Well, again, I'm going to defer back to Ramana Maharshi. There are no others. We always think, I got to love myself before I can give it away. How about if we give it away before we can love ourselves? Because we find, what is it? Circle everywhere, circumference nowhere? Or is it the other way around? It doesn't matter which way we say it. There's no other to give love to. There's no self to actually love. Meditate for deep meditation or practice meditation. Let's just say practice meditation for a year, less than a year. And you start getting these glimpses of the absolute no self. The Heart Sutra of Buddhism. Emptiness is form. Form is emptiness. And you realize, who is the self that you're trying to love? You can't love your way. The ego can't love outside of its own egoic love. It just keeps us trapped in the ego. So again, that's the whole nature of allowing the heart to be broken, because now you're just pouring love out. You're pouring love out. You're pouring love out. And you don't worry, am I getting it back? Am I loving myself? Because there's only love. Only love is real. Nothing unreal exists. And an illusion is an illusion is an illusion. And at a certain point, you just want out of the illusions, even for a second. Although you realize it's okay to be caught in the illusion as long as you realize it's an illusion. And that's what gives you that gentle smile. So Yogi, I need a foot pic posted on your page today for me, please. And I don't see that happening. I did not see that happening. Still says, I get the sense with you, Eric, you're not trying to get anywhere, not chasing anything. Matter of fact, which is the old ideal place to be. Yeah, I spent a lifetime literally chasing enlightenment. Um, and most fantastic thing happened studying um, The Headless Way, Douglas Harding, being told to point, to find my own head, and discovering absolutely nothing. And everything I ever chased for was abandoned in an instant. And with um, A Course in Miracles, even A Course in Miracles, you leave behind. In the end, you leave it all behind. Remember, the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. Course in Miracles, they say, we say God is, and then we remain silent. Anything that follows is a symbol of a symbol, twice removed. Symbol twice removed. Amanda says, you can wear your sock, Yogi. I actually don't really wear socks that often. I wear barefoot shoes most of the time, or I go barefoot. I don't see myself posting a foot photo, Amanda. I apologize. Maybe someone can post 2 feet and say one of them is mine. I don't see myself doing that. Branch says, left a message, Amanda. Amanda's laughing. Miss Pippa says, hell yeah, is pretty darn sexy. So yeah, Dale, that really does sum it up. At this point in my life, just want to be kind. The best way I know of being kind is that continuous 24/7 forgiveness of letting things go and letting things go and letting things go. It's all we can do. Let's see. Let me read from Dale real quick, and then we're going to wrap things up. Sniper says, greetings, Brian Lane. Phil says, I think you will like The Universal One by Walter Russell. I'm going to put that in the search as soon as we end. He says he is a dimensionless universe. So every center is the center of the universe. Yes. Circumference nowhere, circle everywhere. There's really nowhere nor when where it says through all that. Matter is both electric and magnetic. I would take it even further. Everything, every to me, like every thought like that just pulls us back into the illusion. And as long as you realize it's an illusion and you're just having fun, that's awesome. But if we get pulled back in so deeply that we're stuck, we become seekers again. We become searchers again. Uh, I just don't know that it's worth it. All right, let's wrap things up. Temper said, so Clark, I've looked deeply into incoherent electrostatic acceleration. Interesting. Hey, Dill, it's nice having you hang out again. Brian, thank you for coming in. Sorry we're wrapping things up. Sniper, as always, my friend, thank you. Amanda, it's fun hanging out with all of you guys. Miss Blipper, thank you so much for your insights. Hey, Homestead, thank you. It was great having Tandre here. And Cat and Jack, Mama Chris was here earlier. Toy Pups was hanging out. Our good friend Jamie Brown and Anna. I know I might be missing some people. I apologize. thanks for hanging in there with me, guys. I am gonna meditate myself and then make something to eat. I will see everyone. And it says, Eric P, I need a foot pick. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, Eric Lapointe. Eric Lapointe might do it. Eric Lapointe, are you gonna do a foot pick? You gotta represent. You gotta represent Eric's everywhere. So if Eric Lapointe does it, that means I'm off the hook. Eric Lapointe is representing the Erics. Way to go, Team Eric. Thank you, Eric. Taking one for the team. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, Miss Flipper. Eric's point. Thumbs up. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Took one for the team. Gotta post it for me. And it says, "Oh my God," he said, "Okay, I'm in love." Hey, I don't know as Eric Lapointe has ever backed away from a challenge in his life. Thank you, Homestead. All right, guys, I'll be back. We'll be live again, 5:25 ish. I will see everyone later. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Amanda, I hope you get all the feet that your heart desires, my friend. And I'm sorry to leave you footless from here. Fortunately, we got Eric Lapointe stepping up. And it says, "Sweet, I need 25. This will be my 8. Good luck. I hope you get it. Does it have to be all guys?" And it says, "Love you, Yogi. Love you too, Amanda. Thank you. Have fun. Take care, guys."